So if you want to be hitting banger trades like the one you can see on screen, then you need to watch this video, because I'm going to show you my strategy, which has been getting me an 80% win rate. I've got over 100k in payouts over the past year or so on Apex, Lucid, a bunch of other firms, and I've just been having a great time. And the best thing of all is it's very simple and it doesn't take up your whole life trying to trade like some strategies do. So let's get into it. So the strategy here is very simple. I mean, you can see my criteria, I've already marked them out. I've got the major low sweep, which is the first thing that I do. Every day when I wake up, I go and mark out the obvious swing lows on like the 5 minute or the 15 in the local area. So let's show you what happened with this trade here. I'm going to delete this off the chart and I'm going to run through it for you. So as we can see, January had so many good trades. February has been ass. I think there's been a lot of people that have been struggling in February. It's been really, really poor. There's been no follow through with any kind of price conditions really. 1R trades have been pretty much the name of the game in February, but I'm going to show you what I did. So every day I wake up at New York Open, at London Open I should say, because as you can probably tell I'm on UK time. So as we can see here, this is what I saw when I woke up. I went in and I just marked out these obvious lows. I marked out this one here, this obvious area of liquidity here. You can just see this takes like 5 seconds when you wake up, right? So I've got this, and then I've got my criteria for my trade, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. We fill the gap for the New Week opening gap there straight away, and then look at this. We're coming down with good momentum into these liquidity zones, which I think is going to be a good place to take a trade from. So I've got alerts set at all these lows that I've marked, so I don't miss anything. Very, very simple. I just find these lows, set alerts, and wait. I don't have to be on the charts all the time, which I think is beneficial for a lot of people who have other commitments, obviously, and are not full-time traders yet. But you can see here, look at what we've come down, we sweep this low, this really obvious wick, and look at this really nice candle. When I see this candle here, I've got my major low, sweep, and I've also got my bullish reaction, and then I'm looking for momentum. As you can see, we get it on the next candle. We have got ourselves a 3 candle V shape, which is really, really the most amazing reversal indicator in the market with the fair value gap, as you can see. Perfect trade. This is an absolutely phenomenal trade with an extremely high win rate. As I said, 80% I would say is probably fair, probably even more if you consider the break evens to be winners and not losers. And then very simply all I do is I copy trade about 30 accounts. I risk about $200 per trade per account, so I size for about halfway between the gap and the low. And if we come down and close below this, then I'll consider that a loss, and I'll close for about $200 of a loss. But generally what I do is I enter, and then I'll be targeting a 1-for-1. I'll scale half and go break even, and then I'll leave runners for liquidity above. And it's really that simple, guys. This is my strategy, and it works really, really well for me. And I'm going to show you what happened in this trade. So as you can see, over the next few candles, we do come and hit the 1R. So I scale half, $100 in every account, go break even on the rest. And as you can see, I think I took this with 4 micros. I've got this indicator tool for my long position tool. It's actually set so that it shows me how many micros I can take per trade. And as you can see, I think I took this with about 4 micros there, as you can see. So I took 2 micros off, $100 profit. As you can see, maybe a little bit more than $100 depending on where I scaled. And then basically was just looking for a little bit of a upside move back up to these, in my opinion, fairly obvious areas of liquidity up here. I was primarily hoping we'd probably get up towards this. So this was my liquidity target above. You can see pretty obvious, in my opinion, trendline liquidity. You can see this is what I'm looking for, leaving runners above for liquidity on the opposite side. And then we'll just play this on. So I've got 2 more micros here. And as you can see, we basically started stalling out, going sideways for a while. And then obviously going into the next macro here. If you take a look and we wind this on, you can see we did get another push to the upside, which was nice. Once we got to 3R, I was thinking, okay, I'm probably going to trail my next runner because I don't know how far we're going to go, considering how crap this macro was. But then I got stopped in profit for about a 3R on one of the micros, and I'm still holding 1 more at break even. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to hold the last micro here and try and hit a lot of points. And then if I just wind this on, you'll see what happens. Obviously chop around for a while, and then New York Open hits and it comes and takes liquidity straight away. And I think I got stopped on this last one at about 7R because I was trailing it up here and didn't quite hit the highs, but overall an absolute banger. and this was an absolutely incredible trade, and basically the best example that I've got of a trade that you could get pretty much. And I thought this one really did, it absolutely cooked. So this week was actually really good. If we go to the next day here, let me just wind this on for you. So obviously I took a really good trade on Monday here, so I'm not really looking to take anything risky for the rest of the week. Got a really good trade on that Monday, and then as we wind things on, I'm just gonna leave this because it's just taking too long. For some reason my internet is really slow today. I do apologise. I don't know why it's being so slow for basically no reason at all. Alright, so we're looking for the end. We're looking for the end. And then basically here, you can see this was on Monday, going into Tuesday here. Nothing really that stood out to me. And then we've got New York Open, swing to the downside, and then a V-shape back up here. As you can see, we've got a 5-minute gap that has inversed. This was a good trade. I took this with, I think, about 3 micros. You can see we've got a pretty obvious liquidity above. And again, just a very simple trade. We hit 1R on this really fast, so I just decided to trail my first micro in profit. Got up to about a 2R, so I made about $200 on that first one. And then I've got 2 more micros that I held up to about, I think, about a 3R. Made about $500 per account on this trade as well. Really simple trade. Swing down. Obviously, we've got decent sweeps here, but the bullish reaction is what sold me on this one. Good momentum back up. You could see this wasn't quite a 3-candle V-shape, 4 candles, but still good enough. And basically just a really good trade again. The next day, as you can see here, this was a weird day because we had FOMC in the evening, so really, really poor market conditions, as you can see. And then in the evening, we got this absolutely insane trade here, which I will now show you on the 3-minute. I primarily like the 5-minute because it just works well for me, but I do take 3-minute trades and 2-minute trades as well, and 1-minute trades depending on the amount of momentum in the trade. But you can see here, this was a ridiculous trade as well. All day we've been chopping around, really, really, really bad price action. And then all of a sudden, we clean up price action at 9 o'clock for me. Massive swing down, massive swing back up. Look at this. Crazy, crazy inversion. I actually could only take this with 1 micro, as you can see, because of my risk tolerance. But I trailed this up for about a 1.5R in profit here. I was just trading this after 1R because I didn't know how far we'd go. Made about $300 on this one. As you can see, exactly what you're looking for. Major sweep, obvious liquidity, huge bullish reaction, crazy momentum. This is like an 80-point candle. Crazy momentum, 3-candle V-shape. You got your inverted fair value gap, and then I just targeted 1R because I only took it with 1 micro because of my risk tolerance. I basically just trailed it for a $300 profit, and that was another banger trade. And this can happen to you as well, guys. This is not rocket science. Price action over the course of February was pretty ass, but it's March now, so I'm hoping things will clean up and we'll get some more setups. But I do appreciate you watching. As always, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, check back for daily videos, and get yourself involved for the alerts and signals for my trades. Join the community, which is growing really fast at the minute, in the description below. Cheers.